Hi guys, and welcome to a new video. Long time no see. I'm really sorry, I've been a little bit busy, but I'm back with some new videos on acting in Korea. And I really feel like seeing all of your comments. So many of you want to start an acting career here in Korea, and I thought it might be interesting to talk about how to get an acting job here. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So a lot of people ask me, what kind of job can you do as an actor or actress here in Korea? Of course, I mean, the right answer is acting, but I have to say in the beginning, when I came here, actors and actresses hadn't too many opportunities for real acting. In the theater, there are mostly Korean actors, also movie, dramas, and short films. They all focus more on a Korean society. But since Korean society is changing, there are even more opportunities right now. And I really feel that TV shows, dramas, and movies are reflecting that. Just recently, a friend of mine, Anupam Trivati, who also starred in some of my vlogs, he totally had a big hit with the drama Squid Game, and now he's really known all over the world, and I'm so happy for him. But even his role was really stereotyped because he was a migrant worker. But I really feel that in the future, since the Korean society is changing and more foreigners are living here in Korea, I mean, it's 2.5 million foreigners living here in Korea, which is 5% of the whole population. That's quite a lot. And that's why I think that job opportunities for actors and actresses are going to be bigger in the future. I'm totally positive. But when I came here first, most of the acting jobs for foreigners were basically modeling. Of course, you also need acting skills when you're modeling, and most of the time promotional jobs for some regions in Seoul or in Korea, for companies, commercials for products, also talk shows where you mostly talk about your experience here in Korea or about your home country, but also, of course, some short films, movies, or dramas. Just if you read about some role explanation to get some terms in Korean, the male character is called 주연, supporting role is 주연, image or extra is an image or extra, and those have most of the time no lines. Mostly it's just to make maybe a foreign atmosphere. I remember I had some scenes in the beginning when I came to Korea just to make a foreign atmosphere, to sit in the background and have a cup of coffee just to make it look like another country. But I feel that these days even the extra roles are getting a little bit bigger, and they even have speaking roles for them. So it's really important if you're applying for a job just to look at what kind of role it is. If you have some lines, I'm often asked, is it important to speak Korean if you want to become an actor or an actress here in Korea? I would say yes and no. No, because in most cases you probably will act in English or your mother tongue or even another language. I often acted in French because a Korean thought French is much more fancier than German. But in some cases, of course, you're also acting in Korean, and then it's good to know the Korean language. And I would say, yes, it is important, because if you're on a filming location and you want to communicate with the director, the staff members, with the producer, of course, some of them might speak in English, but you shouldn't expect it. So it's always good to know the Korean language just for the communication, to get some directions, because if they translate it in English, it can be also kind of like different. So if you want to understand and get the chance to more express your feelings in the right way, I think it's totally important to speak Korean. A question I always get, is it better to work as a freelancer or with an agency? I cannot give you the right answer. You have to decide for yourself, but I can tell you some of the pros and cons. So first of all, if you work with an agency, what is good, they mostly provide you What is good, most of the time they will provide you a visa, and the visa you usually get is an E6 artist visa, and then you can work without any problems. But you have to make a contract with them, and the contract, it depends on the agency, can be around 2 or 3 or 5 years, and you have to be careful because some of the agencies, they take a lot of money from you. When you have a job, they usually get like 70% and you will get 30%. So even if you find a job, they will get 70%. You always have to report them when you're going to film something, or so you always have to report to them when you're going to film something. And one of my friends, she was working with an agency and got her visa from them, and she wanted to participate in a short film, in an independent short film, which means she didn't get a lot of money for that. But the agency said, you're not allowed to do it because of the money, because it's almost like not a lot of money, but the role was really nice and she wanted to act there, but she couldn't because the agency forbid it to her. So it's really important to talk with the agency about what you're allowed to do. Just if you get an opportunity you really don't want to miss, that you won't regret it. As a freelancer, of course, what is missing are maybe job offers you get through the agency. However, you can decide if you want to take a job or not more freely. So most of the time as a freelancer, what you do is submit your profile, and there are different homepages. I just want to let you know some of them. The most important homepage maybe for actors and actresses here in Korea is Filmmakers. It's written in Korean, but there's the section model and also the section for actors. And there you can see job offers and submit your profile and usually get in contact with them per phone or per email. Another homepage I never used is Craigslist. I don't know if it's really useful. Some of my friends recommended it. A really good tip is also take a look at the Facebook communities. There are some communities called Acting in Seoul or Acting and Modeling Jobs in Korea, and they upload different job offers all the time, so it's really good to check on them. Another tip is also to take a look on the homepages of the university. So for example, Yonsei University has that job board where they also sometimes upload job offers, not only for translating or some other jobs, but also for acting or modeling. So if you're searching for a job, take a look there. One important thing I would like to say is take care of your visa. It is really important to work here on legal terms. So if you're acting or modeling, the usual visa would be E6, the artistic visa. You can get it through an agency, or you can also try to get it alone, but then you need a contract with a company for a performance or a movie project. And even if you're a student here, you will usually have the D10 or D2 visa. You can actually do an acting job, but you first have to report it to the immigration office, and then they will allow it to you, and then it's no problem. But if you're just doing acting jobs without telling the immigrant office, that's really bad, and you can also get a very big fine. So take care of that. I really hope this short video gave you an insight about acting jobs here in Korea, and maybe you got some good tips where to take a look. And I really feel that actors and actresses here in Korea shouldn't wait for their job offer. They should actively do something, create something. There are so many foreign artists, wonderful artists, not only actors, actresses, models, but also filmmakers, directors, cinematographers, producers, so many people here in Korea. It's just good to find a community, talk with them, and maybe create something on your own. And yes, I feel that there's so much to do, and I have been actually quite busy the last month. to prepare some of my own projects. So I'm really glad to share them with you very soon. And I'm sure that after this video, you still have a lot of questions as always. So just feel free to leave them in the comment box below and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great day and see you next time. Bye.